Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. This is actually my first live webinar, so we'll see how I do. Hopefully okay. I just put the baby down to sleep, so I've probably got about 30 minutes before he wakes up and wonders where the heck I am. So let's talk a little bit about what I'll be going over. I'm definitely going to be talking about my fall detox program with you guys, but I also want to share different detox tools and ways to support your body that you can use. I'm also going to be sharing with you my new upcoming group program, which I'm very excited about. And there's also a special discounted price. So I will be letting you know about that at the end. So stick around. All right, so let's dive in. So again, welcome. I'm Sophie. I'm a health coach. I'm here to help support you in detoxing and creating the healthy lifestyle you've always dreamed of. As a holistic health coach, my goal is to help women adopt healthier habits and a positive mindset by changing the way they look at weight loss and learning to truly love themselves. That is my passion. I got into detoxing years ago. I used to do a lot of juice cleanses. And then I sort of moved into like smoothie cleanses and then whole food cleanses. And over time learned a little bit more about, detoxing and different ways I could do it, not just during like a structured program, but also just every day. And it's something I recommend to everyone because it can benefit anyone and everyone, basically. My program focuses on whole foods, and it can be completely vegan or it can be for meat eaters, anyone. But it's just a really great way to figure out if you have any, intolerances and to get your energy back up and basically to just feel better. It can also be a really great jumpstart to weight loss or just adopting healthier habits. So let's talk a bit about my fall detox program. This program is for anyone who desires to ditch the afternoon crash and burn without the sugar and caffeine pick-me-ups. I know so many people around 3, 4 p.m., they are just tired. And a lot of people will reach for sugar or caffeine. And now I believe in balance in your life, and having some sugar and some caffeine is more than okay if that agrees with you. But you don't want to be dependent on them. So by doing this detox program, you can basically break those addictions, those sugar and caffeine addictions. You can also lose weight naturally without unhealthy shakes, bars, and pills. That's not to say all shakes, bars, and pills are bad. There's definitely good, healthy supplements out there. But a lot of times, the ones that are being advertised as, cleansing and detoxing aren't always the best quality. And in order to do this program, you don't have to use any of those if you don't want to. This program will also help you turn the clock back. You can look and feel beautiful using a natural approach. You will reduce your toxic load. This toxic load could be keeping 5 to 10 extra pounds on you. So by getting rid of it, by detoxing, you could definitely be getting over that hump. I know a lot of people get stuck with like that 5 to 10 pounds they're just trying to lose, and this can definitely help, especially if you discover you had a food intolerance. That might have been, the big thing blocking you. This program will also help crank up your metabolism using real food for real energy that lasts. Like I had mentioned earlier, this program focuses on eating whole foods. And it will also have you eating regularly throughout the day, which is, great for your metabolism and for keeping your energy up. There's no skipping breakfast or going, 6 hours without eating because you forgot. You can also kiss the embarrassing gas goodbye. This is a big one for a lot of people. A lot of people are just not regular. And by doing a detox, you're helping reset your body and kind of clean everything out. So this can really clear up that issue. You're also going to learn how to de-stress in this busy, stressful world. Detoxing is not just about the foods you're eating or the foods you're not eating. There's things you're going to do to learn to relax, to kind of like get zen and meditate and de-stress. You are going to learn to embrace balance physically and emotionally for a happier, healthier you. So what does this program consist of? There are 3 phases. So the first phase is 4 days long, and this is the pre-detox phase. This is basically like your prep time. So you're going to do your grocery shopping. If you need something, for your Epsom salt bath, or printing out your shopping guide or your suggested meals, that sort of thing. It's also a time to like get your body ready by, cutting out caffeine and avoiding alcohol. Or if you were drinking a lot of caffeine, you might have to be weaning yourself off of it. But pre-detox, prep phase. The next part is your 7 days of detoxing. And this is where we're deep cleaning your cells and shedding unwanted toxins from the body. You can use the suggested meals that come with the program, or you can make your own. You can always add extra protein if you need to. It's really something that's customizable, and it's meant to fit into your lifestyle. I don't want you to feel like you're putting your life on hold for a week when you're doing this, because that's really not the case. Even if you had to go, say, to a restaurant for a friend's birthday, you're still going to be able to order things as long as you're sticking to whole, clean foods. So the last part is going to be 7 days of transition. And this is where we add foods back into your diet one at a time, and we watch for reactions. And you'll keep track of this using the food diary provided in the program. And this is also often called an elimination diet. And this is how you can find out if you have any sort of food intolerances or sensitivities, like maybe dairy has been upsetting you and you didn't really realize it. But by cutting it out for that week and then adding it back in, you can see how you're feeling. This is really, really key and important, and part of what I really love about this fall detox program, because you're doing your detox and this elimination challenge. So here's a little look at everything that comes in the fall detox program. All these little booklets you see here. These are ebooks that you'll receive. You can, of course, print them out if you'd like. So there's your detox guide, your recipe guide. You will receive email support from yours truly. There's a book called 14 Days at a Glance, which gives you a nice overview of everything you're going to be doing. And there's also lots of great detoxing tips and things to help you along the way. You also receive a shopping list, which makes it super easy, and a food diary and transition guide, as well as community support, because I have a detox Facebook group, which is great because you guys can ask questions in there and post any sort of struggles you're having. And along with my support, you can also get the support of other people. Also, I wanted to mention that clients of mine in my 3 or 6 month programs receive 25% off of this program. And that's new clients, old clients, doesn't matter. All right, so detoxing. Let's talk a little bit more about it. Detoxing is about cleansing the body naturally using real food. I know I mentioned this before, but this is how I believe detoxing is meant to be done. Whether you're doing juices or smoothies or eating the food, it's really important that you're using whole, natural, close to their natural state as possible foods. So basically, you're avoiding processed foods and refined sugar and coffee and alcohol, that sort of stuff. Lots of fruits and vegetables, nuts, lean proteins, all that good stuff. Detoxing is not a diet. You're not doing this to lose weight. You're doing this to cleanse your body. You're getting rid of toxins. There's a lot more to it than just weight loss, although weight loss is often a result of detoxing. Detoxing is safe. This includes pregnant and breastfeeding women, although it's always a good idea to check with your physician first. Because this detox uses whole foods and you're not severely limiting your calories or anything, it is safe for pregnant and breastfeeding women. I'm a breastfeeding woman myself, and I've done this detox. One thing you can always do is add in more protein. and that's not going to hurt your detoxing results, but it'll make it a smoother ride if you are pregnant, especially if you're needing those extra calories. Finally, detoxing is not about starving or depriving. Yes, a detox program can be very challenging, especially if you were eating a lot of junk food before. Making a switch to eating just whole foods for 1 to 2 weeks is going to feel extreme to you, perhaps. But you're not starving yourself. This program has you eating enough calories, getting enough fat, enough protein, all those macro and micronutrients that your body needs. And you're not depriving yourself. There are plenty of dessert recipes, so you're still getting your sweet stuff in. All right, so let's talk about support tools during detoxes. I'm not going to get into details about all of them, but I chose a few to explain in more depth. But here are some of the support tools that are included in the program as far as giving you more information on them. Castor oil pack, dry skin brushing, tongue scraping, oil pulling, lemon water elixir, sauna, contrast showering, and more. These are all things that help your body to detox naturally. So, castor oil pack, you might not have heard of that one before. It's not as common as, say, the Epsom salt bath. The picture here, this is a kit that you can buy where it has the cloth, the castor oil, plastic wrap, all of that in one. Or you can, of course, buy each of those things separately. And either way, they're going to be reusable. A lot of time you can use them up to like 30 times. So you will get your money's worth. This particular pack, I know you can get on Amazon. So what you do is you rub castor oil on your stomach, on your liver, so the right side, and your upper abdomen. Some people prefer to soak a cloth, towel, or old t-shirt in the castor oil, wrap the pack in plastic wrap, saran wrap, and then apply over the desired organ. You can lay a hot water bottle or heating pad on the top of the pack and relax as you release toxins. It is recommended to use a castor oil pack for 35 to 45 minutes, 1 to 3 times a week during detox. And this is going to help your liver detox. It's also very relaxing because you can't do much else other than lay there while you're doing this. So it's a nice time to meditate and just be quiet, enjoy the silence. Next is tongue scraping. This is one I've been doing for a couple years. I actually own this exact one in the picture. What you're doing is you use the tongue scraper or a spoon if you don't have one, and you're going to reach back into the back of your tongue and then gently pull forward, scraping off that white film that you see. You want to do it before you brush your teeth. And by doing this every morning, you remove bacteria that can lead to poor digestion and liver stagnation. It's so easy to do and it takes no time, but it honestly makes such a difference. All right, next we have oil pulling. This is one of my favorite things. You can use coconut oil or sesame oil, or my favorite, which is True Therapy. Although technically it's not oil pulling, True Therapy is a lot more than that. The benefits are a lot greater, but the overall practice, as far as how you do it, is going to be similar to oil pulling. So what you do is you put 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil in your mouth, and then you gently swish that oil around 5 to 20 minutes. I recommend the 20 minutes, but if you can't get there, don't worry. You don't want to go longer than 20 minutes. So after that 20 minutes, you spit the oil in a trash can. Don't spit it out in a sink or into a drain because oils harden when they get cold and that can clog up your sink. And then you're going to rinse your mouth out. You can scrape your tongue. That's what I do after I oil pull. And then brush your teeth. You want to do oil pulling on an empty stomach. The best times are upon rising or before bed. If you're doing it before bed, make sure you haven't eaten in the past hour. So what oil pulling does is pulls toxins from your mouth, and it's like a deep cleanse. And I know for some people, they think, well, I'm just putting it in my mouth. How much can it really be doing for the rest of me? But someone had a really great example that I wanted to share. He said, think of chewing tobacco. When you chew tobacco, you get like a little high from it, right? It's not just what's happening in your mouth, it's affecting your brain. Well, oil pulling Same idea, except obviously it's good for you. But same idea as far as it's your brain is being affected by it as well. Next, we have contrast showering. This is a really easy, inexpensive one people can do. And this is where you're alternating between hot and cold water in the shower to support lymphatic drainage. The hot water brings blood flow to the skin surface, while the cold water brings blood flow inward to the organs and is beneficial for detox and circulation. So you want to do about 3 minutes hot, 1 minute cold, and keep alternating, ending with cold water. Next is the Epsom salt bath. This is one of my favorites because it's so relaxing. The best Epsom salt bath is going to have Epsom salt, baking soda, sea salt, apple cider vinegar, and some lavender. But if all you have Epsom salt is Epsom salt, then you're still good to go. Make sure that you stay hydrated while you're having an Epsom salt bath. You're going to sweat a lot because the salt is going to pull toxins from your body. So make sure you're drinking water, and you can stay in there for 25 to 40 minutes. As far as temperature, the water, you want it to be hot, but not uncomfortably so. Make sure you're sweating, but you're not like dying. All right. Next, I want to talk about Trucy products. This is the company that I work for. I fell in love with the products because not only do they contain amazing ingredients, but there's this whole list of things that they don't contain. And I was so impressed by it because I'm quite picky with ingredients. So these products are all 100% organic, raw, vegan, non-GMO, gluten-free, cruelty-free, and fair trade certified. And they never contain artificial flavors, artificial colors, artificial sweeteners, natural flavors, preservatives, fillers, added sugar, GMOs, dairy, or gluten. I think that's amazing because no matter which product you buy, that is the same. It's the promise. And the reason I'm mentioning these products during a detox webinar is because these are whole food based products that are so natural and pure that they actually do assist your body in its natural detoxifying properties. I had a little brain fart there. Yeah, so there's nutrition, skincare, and detox things like the oil pulling type therapy I mentioned earlier. I do want to mention the skincare products, especially because what you put on your skin does get absorbed. And so if you're doing detox, and you're eating all these really healthy, clean foods, that's awesome. But you also kind of want to think about what you're putting on your skin as far as skincare and even makeup. If you're putting a bunch of toxic products on your skin, you're still putting more toxins into your body. And that's what we kind of want to avoid or, dial back on. This picture that you see here, this is our complimentary premier package. This is something you have to be invited to try because it's worth $300, but all you pay is $17 to cover the cost of shipping and handling. So if you're interested in giving it a try, get in touch with me and I can hook you up. It's basically our gift to you because we want you guys to try our products and to fall in love with them the same way everyone at Trucy has. We believe in these products and we believe that you will love them. They are designed to start working right away and continue working. So you'll see results quickly and your benefits will last a lifetime. Oh, and down here, that's my Trucy website. If you want to place an order for something or read more about the products or the company, they're super transparent, so there's a ton of information on the website. Highly recommend you take a look. All right, now we also have to talk about emotional detox tools because little to no weight loss happens if there's still emotional toxicity in you. Emotional toxicity can raise cortisol levels, stress, and lead to poor digestion and sleeplessness. Getting behind this underlying emotional starvation is a big part of a successful detox. I want you to think of this program as an opportunity to overhaul your mindset and rethink your relationship with yourself. Make sense? So not only is it important to eat highly nutritious foods, and of course, get exercise, but your health is affected by pretty much everything that's going on in your life. Um, in my health coaching practice, we talk about everything from relationships to your job to any stresses that you're dealing with. And during a detox, it's really a good idea to think about these things and, are there changes that you need to make? Are there people that aren't really having a positive impact on your life? Or maybe there's a conversation you need to have with someone. All of these things are really important to address. I mean, anytime, but during a detox is just kind of like an opportunity for you to seize. Now, let's talk about snacking to curb sugar cravings. The reason I added this in is because I think sugar is one of the biggest issues that we face in our society. It's in everything and it's so addicting. So I know most of us feel quite addicted to it and we get cravings for it. So during a detox, you will be having sugar, but it's going to be in a natural form. You're not going to be having refined, table sugar. So if you find you were craving sugar, the first thing I want you to do is make sure you're getting enough protein and good fats. Next, you can try the snacks provided in the recipe guide. Like I said, there are desserts included in there, and they are sweet and they are delicious. Next, you can have some low GI fruits like berries, green apples, and grapefruit, or fruits with a low glycemic load, such as pineapple. I'm a big fruit eater. I love smoothies. And I find when I'm having more natural fruits that my cravings for other sugars go down. You can also add in root vegetables, figs, and dates, which are all naturally sweet. I often recommend clients add in sweet potatoes to their diet if they aren't already consuming them. Those are sweet but healthy, and so they can definitely help with cravings. You can also try sprinkling cinnamon onto your fruit or your smoothie. I love it in my oatmeal. Even though cinnamon isn't really sweet tasting, it just adds that extra flavor to something where all of a sudden you're not missing the sweetness or feeling like you need to add sugar. You can also enjoy a cup of herbal tea with stevia. I recommend buying a liquid stevia as pure as possible. So the less ingredients, the better generally. If you have more questions about stevia or aren't sure what kind to buy, for sure, send me an email. I will let you know. Last, do something nice for yourself that doesn't involve food. This is such a big one. A lot of the time when we're craving sugar, what we're really craving is comfort. We want comfort or attention or some self-love. And so by doing something that makes you feel good, maybe it's going for a walk or taking a bath, doing a little shopping, whatever it is, that might be what you're actually craving. So don't assume because you think you're craving brownies that you necessarily are. All right, deep breathing. I'm a really big fan of deep breathing because it's a way to meditate that feels very doable for people. I think it's a little less intimidating. There's all sorts of different ways you can do deep breathing exercises. I want to mention one of my favorites though, which is by Andrew Whale, and it's the 4-7-8 method. So if you want, you can do it with me right now. What you're going to do is breathe in through your nose for 4, hold it for 7, and then breathe out through your nose for 8, okay? So let's breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1, hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, ideally, you want to repeat that 4 times. I really encourage you to add that into your detox program and try to do it every day. And let me know how you feel, because I know when I started doing it, it seemed such a simple thing, but it had so many benefits, and not just for like your internal health, but even just mentally. It just makes me feel like I'm a lot more in control. And I like to do it when I'm feeling stressed and overwhelmed. I just take that moment and breathe, and somehow it's like, all right, I got this. All right, so that's it as far as talking about detox tools and all that. If you have any questions, please type them into the little questions sidebar you see there so I can answer them, or I can shoot you an email. Either way. I want to tell you about some of the results you can expect from the program. Most clients lose an average of 3 to 5 pounds in 1 week. Like I mentioned before, the goal is not weight loss, but it does tend to happen. That's just what happens when you focus on eating whole, clean foods and you help your body shed toxins. Like I said, you could be carrying around 5 pounds of toxins. You can also feel lighter, have a glow about you, and a ton more energy. You can kick sugar cravings to the curb, sleep like a baby without waking up at 3 a.m., decrease your belly bloat. You know, when you feel like you got that little bit of squishiness kind of near the top of your jeans, a lot of the time that's a food sensitivity. So if you figure out what that food is and you cut it out or you even just decrease it, you might find that that belly bloat goes away. And avoid the holiday 10. Most people put on 10 pounds between Thanksgiving and New Year's. I know. And then, of course, you have all these people making resolutions to lose weight come January. So I say just avoid it altogether. Like I said, you're not depriving yourself. It's not like you can't enjoy your meals and enjoy your life. You can. You can do all of those things while being healthy and treating your body well. So are you ready to make this happen with delicious recipes, clean foods, and no diets or starvation? Well, let me tell you about the group discount that I have for this upcoming group program I'm doing. So basically, I'm calling it Healthy for the Holidays because it runs from November 30th to December 18th. And yeah, it's a group detox. So there will be a group set up on Facebook that everyone will be invited to join. This is for anyone who buys the fall detox program between now and December 5th. So December 5th, you can still join. You'll be, a couple days late, but that's all right. You can jump on in. And the great thing about doing a group like this is that, you not only have my support, which of course you have, but you have the support of the other people doing it. And because you're all doing it together, you're going to have a lot of the same issues coming up. You're going to be able to learn from one another. And you're also committing to this date. For some people, I know they buy programs like this and then they just don't get around to doing it. But by having this set date, it's a lot easier for people to really commit to it. And remember, when you're committing to something like this, you're committing to yourself. This is really for you. This is an investment in yourself, in your health, in your happiness. So normally my fall program is $97, but the special discounted price until December 5th is only $75. So awesome savings. And like I said, if you're a client of mine, whether you signed up months ago or you sign up now, you can get the 25% discount. So that's off of this $75. So even more savings. So that is it, you guys. That is my website, liftinglettuce.com. My email is liftinglettuce@gmail.com. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions, if you want to schedule a breakthrough session with me. Oh, that reminds me, I almost forgot. I have another bonus. So for anyone who joins this group program, you are going to receive one free health coaching session with me, which you can do anytime during the program or within a week after it. So you might want it in the beginning, or you might be struggling in the middle and need it, or maybe you want it at the end, so we can kind of talk about what the detox program was like for you and where you want to go next. All right. So please check out the links that I have. So there's lots of info in there. I know I talked about a bunch of stuff. So in case you forgot anything, or if you want more information on the detoxes or my health coaching programs, it is all there. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Hopefully I didn't sound like a crazy rambling person the whole time. My baby is still asleep, so that's good. All right, guys, thank you so much. Hope to hear from you. Bye.